Lower taxes.
Higher taxes.
Record employment.
Unemployment.
Peace.
War.
Highest wages.
Lower pay.
States' rights. Centralization of government.
Whoa, stop! I've tried. I've listened to everybody. On TV and radio. I've read the papers and magazines. I've tried, but I'm still confused. Who's right? What's right? What should I believe? What are the facts? How can I tell?
Well, my friend, if it's any consolation, you're not alone. Many voters are in the same boat right this minute. Words have been flying at you hot and heavy. You've heard the pros and cons, the cons and pros of both sides. You've listened to people you believe in and people you've never heard of. It's not surprising that you're confused. But beyond all the words, beyond all the claims and promises, there's actually just one big thing on which most people base their final decision. The man. Take this man, Dwight David Eisenhower, Ike. Soldier, statesman, president, American. Dwight David Eisenhower is a man looked up to by everyone. He's captured the admiration, the trust, the devotion of Americans in all walks of life. He's won the acclaim of people of other nations and made us prouder to be Americans. And he believes in the basic traditions of American life, home and family, and faith in God, faith in man, faith in equal justice and opportunity for all, faith in the future. How do Americans think of Dwight D. Eisenhower? Listen.
President Eisenhower has brought integrity and honesty back to the White House.
I'm for Eisenhower because I believe he's the only man in the world today that can talk to the leaders of all of the countries in their language on a plane that they'll understand.
I'm a dairy farmer near Des Moines, Iowa. I'm going to vote for President Eisenhower because I hope to be farming for a number of years myself, and the President's program for agriculture stands for the future and not just for day-to-day handouts.
I want to see President Eisenhower re-elected. He's brought honesty and integrity to the White House, peace and prosperity to our country. That's good enough for me.
I think he feels that the individual American is self-reliant and wants to stand on his own feet, work out his own destiny with his hands and his mind as he best sees fit, with as little interference from government as he can have.
Eisenhower strikes me as a fundamentally peaceful man, and I think that he knows enough about war that he would do practically anything honorable to keep us out of it.
Well, I like the president because of his personal integrity. I think that he, the nearest thing to a statesman that we've had in the White House for many years. He does have integrity, and he has brought confidence to this nation and to the world.
He practices so many things that he bleeds from his heart. With that kind of leadership, with the feeling and the aura and the attitude of I'm doing the best I can that comes from him every time you just look at him. I just can't see anything wrong with the man. Maybe I'm a little prejudiced.
Those were the voices of the people speaking about the man they're going to vote for. Who will you vote for? What's your decision? What do you say?
Me? I like Ike.
Nervous about Nixon? President Nixon? Vote Democratic. The party for you, not just the few.
Adlai Stevenson speaks for a new America with equal opportunity for all.
I'm Adlai Stevenson. When every citizen has equal opportunity with every other citizen, only then will we have a new America worthy of our traditions. Yet, all over America today, doors are closed because minds are closed. Where doors to jobs are closed to women, we must open them. Where doors to housing are closed because of race, we must open them equally to all. Where doors to decent educations are closed to many of our children Because there are not enough schools or teachers, we must meet this crisis too. Remember this when you vote. No man is an island unto himself. The new America must offer equal opportunity for every citizen. The new America needs new leadership.
Vote for Stevenson and Kefauver. Adlai Stevenson speaks for a new America and for the education of our young people.
Our young people, they are the new America. They deserve an education worthy of the richest nation in the world. But the brutal fact is, they are not getting that education. With our growing population, we need one more classroom and one more teacher every 15 minutes. Today, millions of impressionable young minds are going to school in overcrowded classrooms and even going in shifts. Our teachers are overworked and underpaid, and there is a serious shortage of good teachers. The Republicans have failed to face up to this crisis in education. They have lacked the will and the leadership to meet our children's most pressing need, a need that must be met in a new America.
Think it through. Vote for Stevenson and Kefauver, the ticket for you, not just a few.
I'm Adlai Stevenson. Does anyone mind if I say something good about a Republican? Theodore Roosevelt was the first great champion of the development and the preservation of our natural resources, our rivers, our forests, our great national parks. Today, the Republican administration of Eisenhower and Nixon is undermining that policy. Look at Dixon Yates. Senate Republicans voted 96% to undermine TVA in favor of private power interests. Only a fighting Democratic opposition prevented the Republicans from giving away our grazing lands, our national forests to private interests. Every time we give away natural resources, America is poorer. You who own them are poorer too.
Vote Democratic. A Stevenson Kefauver Campaign Committee presentation. Peace is nonpartisan. Adlai E. Stevenson and Senator John F. Kennedy of Massachusetts discuss our most vital problem.
I think that's right. I think obviously that the major issue in this campaign and the major concern of the whole world is the subject of war and peace. And clearly, everyone, whatever his politics, agrees that peace is must be the goal of America and of our generation. So the point, Jack, is not ends. We're all in favor of the same ends, which are peace. The real point is the means of getting there.
Yes, Governor, I think that obviously with the development of atomic and hydrogen weapons, that war as a successful means of prosecuting policy has been eliminated, so that therefore the central problem of all of us is to develop policies which will protect the security of the country without war and which will check the advance of the communists.
There are two great factors at work at the same time. One of them, of course, is communism, as you have indicated, the growth, the spread of communism all over the face of the earth. And the other is the revolution of the newly independent people. Many people forget, I'm afraid, that in the matter of a few years, more than half the human race has attained political independence for the first time in hundreds of years. And this would go on whether there was any communist problem at all.
Well, I think, Governor, that's demonstrated by the three severe crises which the United States is involved in, Cyprus, Suez, and North Africa, do not directly involve communism, but involve the desire of these people to be independent. And unfortunately, they regard the United States as the enemy of that effort and not its friend.
Yes, and of course, communism always exploits these discontents and makes the most of it and turns them against us. What emerges in my mind, perhaps more significantly than anything else, is that these underdeveloped countries are going to develop. They're going to industrialize. They're going to have more of the good things in life. They're going to improve their standard of living one way or another. They're either going to do it our way, the free way, by consent of their people, or they're going to do it the Soviet way, the communist way, by involuntary methods, by forced labor, forced savings, and so on. The important thing, it seems to me, Jack, is to persuade these people that they may preserve their independence, that they can keep free too, the way we have been. But to do that, we're going to have to help them.
And I think that there would be nothing more important than you could do as president is to show that the United States speaks with its traditional voice and puts out its hand of friendship to all these people.
And after all, you don't stop ideas at boundaries, and you don't stop them with bullets. And basically this is a competition for people's allegiance, because they, at heart, we have all the advantage, because we are on the side of freedom and individual liberty. We must exploit this advantage. We must make people persuade them that we have their welfare, their improvement at heart too.
This basic problem of maintaining the peace and holding our security, it seems to me, has three elements. First, to maintain our traditional allies and the friendship of our traditional allies in Western Europe. Secondly, to weaken the hold that the Soviet Union has on its satellite countries. And thirdly, to win, as we've already discussed, the friendship of these people now emerging.
And that is the basic issue. The reassertion of American leadership, the enunciation, the pursuit of a coherent policy which commands the confidence of all of our friends in the world, and there are many. I think that is the first concern of any president of the United States, that it must be. If eternal vigilance is the price of liberty, it is also the price of peace, until that happy day that we can all look forward and pray for, when we can live in peace and security, when our sons will not have to fight again to preserve the independence of the United States.
We need a new leadership for a new America. Vote for Adlai E. Stevenson and Estes Keyvolver.